Okay, so yesterday we left off, we talked about kind of what was going on in Europe, right? So kind of, someone give me a review. What went on? What are some of the big things that happened in Europe or that we talked about yesterday?
The economy.
They traded through the Middle East.
Yes, why did they want to start trading through the Middle East?
Because Asia has stuff they wanted.
Yeah, so, but how did they know that Asia had the things that they wanted?
Because somebody went over there and they brought it back.
Yes, but what was the catalyst? What took Europe out of the Dark Ages?
Trade with the Muslims.
Oh, the dude.
Well, Marco Polo, but something happened prior to Marco Polo.
Industrial no.
No. John, I think this was your favorite. Crusades. Okay, so the Crusades started first, and that resulted in people being exposed to new stuff. Get your Chromebook out. Okay, and created the desire for trade. Who had all the power in the trade relationships though?
Oh, the other people. The merchants.
The merchants in where?
Asia. Africa. In the middle.
Middle East. The middlemen. The middlemen in the Middle East. Okay, Mikey, can you sit down?
No, I'm just looking for the tissues.
For the what?
Tissues. I don't see them over there.
No, I'm out. If you want to go down to the office and take a look. Right? But that was going on in Europe. But one of the things that we recognize is that even though stuff was happening in Europe, that doesn't mean that the rest of the world was silent. Right? Things were going on in the rest of the world at the same time. So the Arab merchants, the Arab traders, are they only trading with Europeans? Who else are they trading with? Africa. They're trading with Africa too. Okay. And did Europeans only trade with Arabic countries? No. So all of this is resulting in an exchange of culture, an exchange of technology, as well as trade. Right. So we're going to take a look at some of the African kingdoms at around this time. Okay. So first one up is Ghana. Now most of y'all, well, we haven't had the World Cup in a while, but most people recognize Ghana as being the soccer team that always beats the US in the World Cup. They have been like our Achilles heel in the World Cup, right? But before that, they were a pretty big trading empire. How long was Ghana at the top of the trading game?
For a while.
Okay, that's a very generic answer.
A century, a few centuries.
A couple decades.
From what year to what year? It's in your book, guys.
AC to AC. Wait. No, AD to. Oh, wait. Something AD. 500. 600.
Don't guess. Look it up.
Oh.
How long was Ghana, in your book, how long was Ghana at the top of the, how long was their trading empire?
19, the early
1990?
1980, 19 whatever.
No, we're way, that's not the time period that we're looking at.
The 7th to 13th century. Wait, no.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm almost on the
Go to your book.
What is that?
Yeah. 31. Okay. Ghana was between 8,400 and 1,100.
Okay, so about 300 years, right? A little less than 300 years. Okay. How did they make all their wealth? How did Ghana gain their wealth?
By putting tax.
Trade, taxes, right? But the problem with taxes is if you start taxing too much, what do traders start doing?
Taxing earth.
Wait, what?
Taxing dirt.
No, you're taxing the traders, right? You're the Ghana kingdom, and you're taxing these traders. Do the traders like to be taxed? No, it cuts into their profits. So if you start raising the taxes too much, what are the traders going to do?
Rebellion.
No.
Tax
They're
their
gonna
own.
stop buying
Not
from them.
Smuggling.
Okay, somewhat smuggling, or I heard something else.
They're gonna stop buying from you.
Okay, well, or they're going to kind of go around your kingdom, right? They're going to avoid you. You're the government, so they kind of have to pay taxes to you if they go through your kingdom. But let's say, take a look at the Beltway. Do you pay taxes if you drive on the Beltway?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the taxes called?
Easy
tag.
Toll fees that you pay through the Easy Tab. Okay. If the city of Houston increased, and I don't think they have the authority to do this, but let's say they did, if they increased the tolls to $10 per toll booth that you go through, what's going to happen to the traffic on the Beltway?
Be flow. Like flow.
Are people going to drive on the Beltway if they have to pay $10 for every booth they go through? No.
They're gonna be driving on the
No.
wrong road.
People are going to be driving on the feeder or going into 610 trying to avoid the Beltway, right? Same thing happened to the Ghanese. Okay, so eventually their kingdom would end because they kind of ran out of money, right? But what religion is playing a big role? Like how is religion? Huh? What is it? Yeah, Islam. Because these traders with Ghana are going to the Middle East, and they're exchanging cultures, and so Islam is spreading into northern Africa through these trades. Next up is my favorite,
The king.
Mali. Okay, so the empire of Mali came after Ghana. When Ghana collapsed, Mali filled that power vacuum. Yes.
Somali.
Hmm?
Somali.
Wait, no.
Somalia.
No, not Somalia. This is Mali. So Mali. Okay, so these countries are not like these are the countries where modern day countries are. Kind of gives you an idea of where the kingdoms were. But you can look for at a more accurate area. But just to give you an idea, Ghana is. Where is Ghana over here? Oh, my finger was right there. Ghana is right here on the western coast of Africa. So the Ghana Empire was in this area. But through overtaxation, they kind of killed their empire. Okay, Mali is right here, also Western Empire. They filled the vacuum. Okay, Somalia is over here. Okay, so we're talking about the Western kingdoms, empires of Africa here. But so Mali comes to power, and their king at the height of their power was this guy named Mansa Musa. Came to power 1324. Okay, and that's just a fun name to say, Mansa Musa. Okay, but what religion do you think Mansa Musa practiced? Islam. Because of the trade that was established under the Ghanese Empire, the Ghana Empire, Islam spread through northern Africa, and so Mansa Musa, with Mali was an Islamic country. Mansa Musa is was Muslim, right? Now Islam has a couple pillars, I think 5 pillars of Islam that are central to its faith. One of those pillars is, if you're a practicing Muslim, you need to pray 5 times a day in the direction of which holy city?
Israel?
No?
Jerusalem.
No? There's a holy city for Islam. It's in Saudi Arabia.
Arabia. Ooh, I don't.
It is Mecca.
Never.
Mecca. So Mecca is located right here, off the western coast of Saudi Arabia. Okay. So if you're a practicing Muslim, one of those pillars of faith is to pray 5 times a day in the direction of Mecca. Right? Now I'm not Muslim, but looking at 5 times a day for praying, I admire that. Right? I think, if we as Christians prayed 5 times a day, our relationship with Christ and God would be a lot stronger. Right? As long as it doesn't become kind of mundane, like check off the list. Oh, good, I prayed 5 times a day. Okay. Well, one of the other pillars of the 5 pillars is that if you have the means and you're a practicing Muslim, you must make a pilgrimage to Mecca. Well, Mansa Musa was one of the richest people on earth, richest people in history. And so do you think he had the means to do this? Yeah. In fact, the Europeans would later explore, so understand how he became that richest, because when Portugal will start exploring down the coast of Africa and trading here, they dubbed this part of Africa the Golden Coast, because there's a lot of gold here. So that's kind of how Mansa Musa gained his power. Yes, Mikey.
So about the prank, never mind, it's not important.
Okay. There. So Mansa Musa is a man of means, and he starts his journey to Mecca. Okay. As he's going through, he has this huge caravan with him, and each caravan's a large group of, he had his servants with him, his followers, camels, the supplies that they need, the food, and all the gold, lots of gold that he brought with him along the journey. But every town he stopped in, he spent a lot of money, to the point where almost everyone in that town would, their gold supply would be quadrupled. Everybody would be given a lot of gold whenever Mansa Musa came to town. How many of y'all would love to be in a town that Mansa Musa visited? Get a lot of gold?
My knees.
Okay. What's a problem with that, though?
It destroys.
How?
Everything
Yeah, so if everybody is wealthy, the prices,
will go down.
the prices start increasing. If everybody is wealthy and everybody can afford to buy something, just say this calculator, let's say y'all have a math test next period, 5th period. And this is the only calculator in campus, okay? And I'm gonna auction this off, okay? If you were to go to Walmart or Office Depot, what would be the cost of a calculator like this? $100 or so, yeah. If I were to auction this off though, but all of y'all were millionaires, okay? Everyone in here had $1 million. And I say, whoever gives me the most money is gonna get this calculator that they can use on their test tomorrow, or to the next period. How much are y'all willing to bid? Okay, Chris says nothing, so that's fine.
What if you already
You have $1 million. No, guys. This is the only calculator on campus.
I'm not saying
Can't you go to Walmart and buy it?
No, this is okay, David. This is the only calculator on campus.
I know it's gonna be.
Okay, Janica's bidding $1,000. Anyone gonna top that? Y'all all have $1 million in your.
But wait.
What about
Okay, guys. Well,
So,
David, what was that?
I said I'll just put $1 million down, because no one can beat me since we all.
okay.
Well, I was gonna ask, so like,
I have it up.
is it,
See,
do
I have
we,
it down, so.
it's like we, in this scenario,
Yeah.
do we really, like that we need and want that?
Yes, for your math test, next period. Like,
Like that
this
is the
would
only thing that
guarantee
can
you
help us?
100 on the test.
Wait,
but I'm a
What if we actually do the work though?
Okay, without the calculator, you're gonna get a 70.
Y'all are making.
Oh.
I know, you're making it way too.
What is it?
70 is harder than I
I would
know
take
it
the
is.
70.
Okay, but would the price that this calculator finally sells for be more or less than $100?
More.
Would be more. Even at Janica's bid, at $1,000. Right? And she's willing to do $1,000 because you have a lot more money left over, right? But if you didn't have that $1 million, you're not going to be willing to pay $1,000 for it. Well, same thing happens in all these towns that Mansa Musa visits. He spends so much money that everybody in the town essentially becomes a millionaire. And so the prices of a loaf of bread, of a basic supplies, shoot through the roof. And with this hyperinflation, it wrecks their economies.
Imagine people just
And
coming
he
to
did
town.
it-
Why is everything
okay.
so expensive?
He did it unintentionally. Like, that wasn't his goal. He thought he was being generous, right? But through economics, we know, oh, he destroyed all those towns. Okay? So, after the Mali kingdom came the Songhai kingdom, or empire. Okay? How did they end the Mali empire? How did this empire replace the Mali empire?
Killed them.
Killed them? What'd they capture?
The children.
Mansa Musa.
No. Mikey, don't guess.
Sir.
They
Divided the land into provinces.
Okay, yeah, that's just what I have up there. That's not what that's like. How did they end the Mali empire?
Oh,
Invaded it. Didn't
Yeah.
they?
overthrew Mali. They captured Timbuktu in wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Oh, Askia Muhammad, leader of the nope.
What did they capture? Where's the?
What did they capture?
They captured Timbuktu,
Timbuktu.
right? Okay. We Timbuktu is one of those places that we've heard a lot of, but we don't necessarily know where it is. Like, we just in casual conversation, we may think that it's a fictional place,
Yep.
right? But Timbuktu, right here in Mali. So they captured Timbuktu, and that kind of helped them end. So their leader, though, then went ahead and divided the kingdom into different provinces and kind of oversaw the governors, right? That allowed them self-rule, to allow the provinces self-rule there. But here's the other side of it. Every one of these provinces, they had to at least follow a legal system that was based on Islam. Okay? What do we call that type of government? A theocracy. Where your legal system is based on a religion, that's a theocracy. Okay? And then it would last until 1500s, and what kingdom would end the Songhai? Farrah, you were on that page.
Yeah. In the late 1500s, North African Kingdom of Morocco defeated and ended the Songhai Empire.
Yeah. So Morocco, this country right here, this kingdom, would come in and destroy the Shanghai Empire.
That hurt.
Do you think the Moroccan Empire ever went into Europe? I mean, look at where they are.
They're like right
Do you think they ever went into Europe?
maybe.
Yeah, they did. They invaded Spain, and there was around the same time, there were conflicts in Spain.
That's good.
All right, That is
All of lesson one?
all of lesson 1. What do y'all have on Monday? Today, Cornell notes are due. Monday, y'all have a quiz.
On lesson 1.